Hey guys, welcome back to Drip and Farm for Poverty. I'm your host, Drip Coach, and let's jump right into it. So, and today we're breaking down another clip from the AMA, the voice chat that Forex did last week, by the time you guys watch this. And it's reference to the V3 migration, which he is super excited about. And he dropped a lot of numbers towards the end of this. So I want to try to break these down, reference how this is supposed to improve the existing mechanics for the sustainability of the animal farm. So we're going to look at what he mentioned regarding the reducing the inflation of AFD and AFP, as well as how the APYs will be adjusted and how the cake earned will change. Now I bring that up because you guys have heard this clip before, and I'm gonna play it. So this is about the third time he said this. So let's play this clip real quick.
This becomes an issue, right? Because when capital leaves the system, the chances of it returning are slim.
So I wanted to bring that up because that is a narrative he's telling everybody because he's an investor and he knows how this stuff works. So this is also a direct reflection on what we have seen happen to Drip and see happening to the TVL and Animal Farm. So, excuse me, what he's trying to do is create incentives to bring that capital back. So that's where this comes in. So that incentive, so you have to play the rest of this clip, is the change in the V3 and how PancakeSwap has migrated into NFTs. So before I play that, let me show you this in case you're not even familiar with how that actually works. So over on the animal farm, on PancakeSwap, you have the option here. So I'm gonna show this on V2. V2 was the default, right? So let me put that back. Animal Farm PancakeSwap V2. So if we look over here at Cake BUSD, this is where we have our current Cake BUSD stored on our side. So remember, whenever you stake your assets on the farm here, all this is acting as like a mediator to take this Cake BUSD and actually instead stake it here. So it's actually being staked on PancakeSwap on behalf of the animal farm, right? So that's why you can also go on the back end and interact regardless of if the animal farm site is up or not. But this is V2. So in V2, they have 1.2 million in liquidity and about APR of 8.27%. Now they migrated recently, I don't know how long, maybe a couple months ago now, to V3. And when we look at V3, you see they have less liquidity here because probably a lot of people have not migrated over to this new NFT version. So literally almost twice as much liquidity is on the old version. And that could also be places like maybe BuySwap, ApeSwap, other dexes, dexes that are on the Binance Smart Chain. They may have liquidity here as well. But I want to show you that this is up to 80% and a higher cake multiplier. So it's up to 80%, whereas on V2, which is where most of the liquidity is currently still at, it is 8%, right? And a 1.5x multiplier. So there is clearly an incentive here to capture this capital. Now, how well that gets captured will be all up to the marketing and things of that nature. But Forex creating this is definitely a step in the right direction. So let's listen to him explain exactly what that is, and then I will try to help you guys break it down. Let me find exactly where this is at. 52.35. Damn, that was almost spot on. Let's go here.
Completed from a development standpoint. So as soon as we get Drip done, the following week, we're going to be giving a launch date for Animal Farm, starting the countdown. It's going to be a two-step process, right? Because first, we want to do the dog pound migration to the to migrate everybody to the NFT dog pound model, and then we will do the full farm migration.
Let me just explain that real quick in case you're not familiar with that. So the dog pound NFT migration is when you come over to the dog pound. Currently you have your stakes in here and you can unstake these dogs at any time, and when you do, you are given a coupon voucher for that available amount. So if I withdraw this right now, I'll get 61.75% tax reduction. But I can come right back and restake them, and those start reaccumulating the tax reduction in the current model. The new model, these dogs will be tied to an NFT, and that exact amount and that percentage will be tied. So I won't be able to restake them or do anything else with them. They're locked to that version or that percentage. So it's modeling what this is doing on V3 over here on PancakeSwap. So PancakeSwap introduced these NFTs when you add liquidity. So NFTs are becoming the new way for staking LPs and stuff like that. So that's hopefully simple enough for you to understand what's going on with the dog pound.
So it's going to be a two-step process. So hopefully this week, TDD drip will get out. Next week, we're going to start the countdown for the dog pound NFT migration. I would love to start that countdown on Tuesday to go live on Thursday. And then the following week, we will have the full animal farm migration. That's the plan. And what's going to happen when we do that? The inflation of AFP and AFD is going to drop by about 70%. The yield that we're earning on non-native capital is going to increase by a factor of, depending on the assets, multiples of what it's already doing, because of the rate of compounding. Potentially thousands of APY in native assets being earned. Well, not potentially. Essentially, it will be at least over 1,000% APY that's being earned in our farms, with a 70% reduction in AFP and AFD inflation. All the rest of that APY is coming from the native assets that you're staking, being compounded into your position, coming from trading fees that you're collecting, and a 5 to 8x increase in cake that we're earning, which will be swapped for BUSD and paid out to the pigpen. So we're looking at an 8 to 10% increase in BUSD that'll be paid out to the pigpen, and like a 50x increase in what you're earning in APY on your non-native assets, with the vast majority of that being in the form of your native assets, and a 70% decrease in AFP and AFD. I mean, that's
all right. That was a lot of numbers. So you guys, I'll try to break this down so that it makes sense. First and foremost, let's look at the reduction of inflation. So real simple. Here, this is the current number of dogs per day, and this is the current number of pigs per day. That comes from good old crypto co-op, not this one. Makes it super easy to find that. Remember, I broke this down on one of my other videos. I'm not going to go back through the math on that. I'm going to use their numbers. It's tied to the number of blocks that the BSC actually does per day. So this is the current AFD emissions, and this is the current AFP emissions. And this total per day is split among all of the pools and farms. So this goes to all the pools and farms, some of the farms, and this one is for just the two farms that we have, the dogs BUSD and dogs BNB. So that will reduce by, like he said, 70%. So just using the numbers he gave, we'll have to wait and see how it actually plays out. But basically, if it goes from 1350, then we'll basically have 405 dogs per day in the deflationary rate, and then 43 pigs per day in the current deflationary rate. Now, theoretically, it should not move the emissions rate up. Where is that? This here, because this is based off of capital. Now, it could change if it affects the dynamic supply control algorithm. So I don't have enough information on that to give you a confirmation, but let's just assume it stays in the deflationary rate, and that would mean this is what we're getting per day. And then again, this will be split amongst the different pools and farms. So let's just use the animal farm pigs token, and just call that 45 per day. So that would only be coming out of these two farms. And currently the highest multiplier is dogs BUSD. So you would be splitting that 45 between these two farms, and this would have a slight edge for printout. And then also what he mentioned is the reduction in that the number of dogs per day is coming from the removal of not only the drip BUSD, but also all of these will no longer be minting dog tokens. Let's go pools. Yeah, here we are. Pools. So these pools currently have no way to earn cake. So what's happening right now is that you stake here and you earn dogs, and those dogs are basically being dumped, but this capital is not being put to work on the PancakeSwap DEX. So he's removing it, and then it's supposed to move to Stargate or any of the other chains. So for right now, it just won't be doing anything, but you can still stake here, but you won't be earning dogs for it. So this capital may end up moving off chain if people decide to move it to like another location. Maybe they stake it on PancakeSwap on their own or something like that. I'm not sure. So we'll have to see how the TVL is affected when people are no longer earning dogs from here. But as I showed you going to the farms, that will be a nice incentive for people to put capital back. And then he said yield on native assets, thousands of APY due to compounding over 1000% APY. So what that is representing is because in your farm now, you will be able to compound back into your stake. So let's just use an example. I have, to break it down here, I have Cake BUSD, I have 100 Cake BUSD. So I'll be earning the dogs here, and on the back end, this stake will also be earning cake. Now that cake can be sold, and then dogs are Cake BUSD repurchased and added back into the stake based off of the principal that I have allocated. I hope that makes sense. So it's kind of recompounding your principal. So instead of you just earning dogs, you'll basically be able to earn those cake dividends that are automatically being generated, and those get put back into your principal. So again, that will definitely be beneficial for us. I don't know how that will affect the APY, the emissions rate up here, but that is cool to see. So that was one of the features he was going to put on the AnySwap multi-chain location, but it's going to be coming here. And what else? So 5 to 8x in cake earned, and 8 to 10% increase in BUSD pigpen injection. So let's go first look at the cake. This is the cake wallet. It's on the PancakeSwap. This is the contract address. So it currently has 1 million cake, which is worth about $1.6 million. Now, I don't believe he's still selling any of this. I didn't actually look at the transactions. Let's see if I can pull that up real quick. So I don't think any of this is being sold based on our votes. So it's just being accumulated. But if we get a nice bull run, then that can quickly turn into a substantial amount. So let's just pull that up real quick just so you guys can see where cake was at. So we do know that we're still kind of at the bottom of the bear, and we're sitting on 1 million cake. So the fact that it has not been sold, that's Polygon, not cake. Show you guys what cake could be. Let's go back 1 year. So let's see, $43 was the all-time high 2 years ago. So literally it's not going to jump back to that, but I just want you guys to see what the potential is in the price appreciation of that cake token. So we're earning cake on there, and then with this new migration to V3, we can definitely see ourselves earning more cake, because as I showed you, there are a lot of people that have not migrated, or at least a lot of capital that has not migrated over yet. So there is definitely potential there if he has this automatic liquidity provisioning tool, so to speak. I don't think I showed this to you guys, but basically this is what it looks like. So if you make your ranges different, you see that this APR goes up. But if you are outside that range, then you're not earning as much as you could. So it changes wildly. And if you go full range, they give you a warning first, and they tell you you're only owing 3.42%. So if he has an algorithm, because he does trading that he uses on his Forex trading side, then this can definitely, looks like I had an error here. But anyway, it can generate a lot more yield for us. And then again, showing you, the cake's not going up here, it's not showing, but showing you how much cake we actually have in this wallet is definitely positive, especially as we get closer and closer to the next bull run. All right, So I think I wrapped everything up. I didn't go into pig pen injections, but basically pigs BUSD, let's see if I can pull that up real quick, has not had that much activity due to, again, people just parking their capital on the farm. So remember, the injections are created when people are moving in and out of the farms and pools. And so if there's no incentive to move in and out, then it does not trigger any of those 2% taxes in and out, 2% or 1%. Oops, needs a pee. Pig pen. Oh my gosh. There we go. So let's see what this shows. I have not looked at this in a while, but just before I end the video, I want to show you guys this. So right now, inflow, yeah, $400, $122. So there's not a lot of fees coming. Here's 1,000 fees from the farms and pools. So this could be like 10% more basically being generated to going towards the actual BUSD rewards vault on the daily. So the outflow, this part here, going towards that vault could be, no, I'm sorry, outflow is what it paid out. But we get a portion of those fees going to the pig pen vault, and I don't have those numbers on me right now. But anyway, just want to show you what we're currently dealing with. So pigs are currently making 0.007 cents per pig. But if this kicks up, then it will definitely be much more healthy for pigs in the ecosystem. And they're currently under $25. So this could be a great opportunity for pigs and dogs when this gets kicked in. This could be where you see people buy the rumor, sell the news. So let's see what happens. All right, I hope I wrapped all that up and made some sense of that. If I did, smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.